Product reviews are super important. I can't stress to you enough how important it is to get good product reviews. If you take a poll from the average customer on Amazon of what is the most important criteria when it comes to purchasing a product, 90% of them say they look at reviews first, then price, then features. So with that in mind, we need to talk briefly about product reviews. How do we get product reviews? How do we continue to get them? That's what we're going to talk about in this video. Now there's a few ways to get product reviews, and we talked about one way in one of our previous videos, and that was to do with product inserts, requesting a product review in that insert. But you know what? There are more. Now, the first one I'm going to talk about has to do with a follow-up sequence. What this is, and there's many great tools available for this, is after your customer purchases, you use a third-party tool that sends a message to them through the Amazon customer messaging system. Typically, you can send them 1 to 4 messages through that system in order to engage them about their purchase. Now, from what I've seen, is that a good, highly targeted product review follow-up sequence really helps to get those reviews. And I'm going to tell you what I do to do that. So my follow-up sequence is actually 3 emails or 3 messages that are set up through one of these third-party companies. Now I'll leave a link below at 1 or 2 that I recommend that I've had success using. Now the first email that I send to them is a thank you for their purchase email and any tips or tricks that might help them use the product better. So if you have a product that needs to be put together, if you have a product that will be beneficial in some way, something along those lines. I like to think about it for myself. Okay, why did I choose this product in the first place? What did I improve compared to other products? And in that first message to the customer, I thank them for their purchase. I say, here are a few tips and tricks on how to get the most out of your product. And then I do one crucial thing, and that is I try to engage them in some type of dialogue. So at the very end of my message, I write something along the lines of, please respond with a hello if we have the correct email address. Thank you so much. And then I sign it my name, Tim, CEO of, or Tim, blah, 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 this company. I like to make it feel very personal. Now, in that first email, it's done a few things. It's built some rapport with them, it thanked them, it gave them some tips to best use the product. This also helps negate some negative reviews. If you start to see customers using the product wrong, you can find a way to put it in that message in the email so that they can make sure they have the right instructions or the right tips or tricks how to best use the product. And also by leaving that question at the very end, or that statement, please respond with a hello if we have the right email address. Many customers I see write back hello to that message. And what that does is allows us, or allows myself or my virtual assistant to start engaging the customer. So when they write hello, I have myself or my virtual assistant write a quick hello and thank you so much for replying back. I'm so excited for you in this product. I have one of this product and I love it. I can't wait for you to get one too. Now, what does that do for a buyer? You see, it really builds that rapport. It shows that you're invested in them. And by them having that correspondence back and forth with you, it really helps to motivate them to eventually leave a product review. So that's the first message that goes out. Now, the second message that goes out, I send it about 4 days after the product has been delivered. And in it, I write something along the lines of, we noticed that your product was delivered approximately 4 days ago. Have you had a chance to get open and use it? We hope so. And then I tell them a little about our company. My name is so-and-so and my wife is so-and-so, and we started this business from the ground up out of our house. We don't have the giant advertising budgets that many other sellers and businesses do online. So one way that you can really help support our mission and our business is by leaving us a product review. Here is a quick link for that. You see, when you start to tell them a little bit more about yourself, you've already engaged with them in this one-on-one dialogue when they responded. And then you tell them about your mission statement. You start to paint a picture of your family. Maybe you have a couple little ones. Maybe even put a picture of yourself in there and say, you could support us by using 30 seconds of your time and leaving us a product review. And then leave that there with them. And you'll start to see that customers will start to respond to that. Now that's the second email I do. Now the third and final email, I wait 10 days after the product has been delivered. And this one's a little more brief and to the point, and it's just hopefully to gather just a few extra reviews before I stop messaging this buyer. Now on that third email, I say, hey, this is Tim again. I just wanted to briefly touch base. I don't know if you got my past emails, but if not, no worries. I wanted to make sure the product just as you expected. And if there's any concerns, I want you to let you know that you reply to this message and it goes directly to me, the head of the company. One favor that I'd like to ask, 30-second quick product review. And I leave the link again there. If you don't have time, no worries, but any type of review, we'd love your feedback and we'd love and appreciate if you could spread the word about our company. And then I sign it in the end, and that's what I do. So 3 emails, those are my exact product emails that I use for my business, and I highly recommend you use them too. So what this will do is 1, you'll get people who read your product inserts and leave you reviews. 2, you'll get people responding to your product review requests in the emails using one of these third-party follow-up email softwares. Now, the final thing that's really gonna help you get a lot of reviews is sales. Now, why do I say that? Because in the big picture of things, right, you can only get so many reviews from your insert. You can't just keep changing it and testing and testing. Eventually, you'll say, okay, this is the insert that I'm gonna use, and it works okay. You can't always be changing your emails forever. Eventually, you're gonna settle on one, and you're gonna realize this is the max amount of reviews that I get converting with these emails in this insert. Well, this is where sales velocity comes into play, because at this point, it's just a numbers game. If you're converting at 5 or 10% of your sales, well, logically, the more sales you get, the more reviews you have the opportunity of getting. So I highly recommend, once first starting out, to get your first couple reviews, to contact a few family members or friends or people you know who might be interested in reviewing your product, and have them go ahead and purchase it and leave their honest review. Reviews are what gives your product social proof. It helps other purchasers like myself or like you who go online to be able to see, oh, so-and-so purchased this and this is their experience. Social proof that I too want to purchase that product. So start with your family, some friends, close relatives. Now, again, be careful with this. You don't want to be going out there and just getting fake reviews. But if you know of somebody who wants to, in fact, review your product and will give you a non-biased review, that's who you would like to share your product with. Now, once they leave that product review, you'll have a few reviews in your listing, and now you'll start to get even more sales because of that. So again, at the beginning of selling a product, I recommend finding a price point that's really gonna get a lot of sales, because a lot of sales is more opportunity to get reviews, more opportunity that your insert gets into their hand, more opportunity that your emails get to their email box, and they start having the opportunity to leave you reviews. And as you start to see, more sales equal more reviews. Once you get more reviews in your product, guess what? It's more social proof, which leads to more sales. And it's really this wheel that keeps spinning and spinning and spinning as you keep feeding it. So I hope that helps, gives you guys some tips on product reviews and some ways that I go about getting them.